In this episode of Curiosity Public, Dylan yells.
I refuse to accept this score, and I'm getting upset.
I yell.
You're so wrong.
And Jules yells.
You're telling people to buy it at a $400 ridiculous price tag.
All this and more when we review Hibiki 21.
I am Japanese.
You are Japanese.
2%, according to 23andMe.
So am I. Welcome to Curiosity Public. My name is Dutch.
My name is Jules.
Diron des, dozo.
Don't know what that means, but in this episode, we're coming back to our Ultimate Spirits competition,
Sugoi, sugoi.
and we're going to try arguably our most expensive bottle ever in our Ultimate Spirits competition, Hibiki, whatever it's pronounced, 21. Suntory time, guys. Are you ready?
I am ready for Suntory.
You basically just offended an entire nation.
I didn't, because I am a lowly American who doesn't know how to pronounce words, and I tried to
So
say
you're forgiven?
I'm forgiven. All right, guys, Hibiki 21. This is... Look at this box. Just the box. Look at the texturing on it. It's absolutely beautiful.
Do they weather that?
It does look like they do, right?
Wow,
It's just a box, folks.
no.
It's more than a box.
More than that. It's the presentation.
When is a box not a box?
Exactly.
When Hibiki's in the box, guys. So let's take a look at the bottle here, guys. Look at that bad boy. Hibiki 21-year-old, 86 proof, 750 mils. Beautiful. Just beautiful. All right, guys, so Hibiki 21, 21-year-old version of the Hibiki, basically the Hibiki Harmony, which is a blended product from what I know. Dylan's got a little more info on it. I mentioned this. I think this is the most expensive bottle we've ever had on the Ultimate Spirits competition. $400 is essentially what we paid for this. It was 400 and change. Really high. I think the only reason we got it was because we wanted to see if it was worth it
For you.
for you guys, because we do everything
That's
for you
what we
guys, not because we want to try this. We did it because you guys want to see us.
Well,
try
I mean, if we say that this is garbage, then they can save the money, right?
Yeah, exactly,
I mean, they
exactly.
They could buy like...
We removed FOMO.
Yeah, but what a beautiful bottle. I mean, I almost don't want to. I mean, we cracked this open in a live, one of our first live streams actually, and I gotta say I don't remember it at all.
Me too.
We don't remember any of the lines.
Or maybe I wasn't there.
The lives in general tend to be a blur because
I black out afterwards.
you're trying to talk, you're trying to remember what's happening, you're
trying
doing
to
so
keep
many
up
things.
with the chats.
It's happy hour.
It's happy hour.
Yeah, it is happy
It's
hour.
hard to remember. I remember.
It's more like happy 3 hours, but you know.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot. I remember liking it, but that's about it. So it has been opened. It's been sitting for maybe a couple months at this point, opening up a little more with whatever amount of air is in here. You guys
San
ready for
Diego
this?
pollution.
Let's see.
Let's do it.
Let's see if we got a good cork pop here, maybe. Oh, beautiful. All right, Dylan, you got anything else?
Yeah, so, I mean, it's different percentages of the Yamazaki, Kushu, and Chita. You know, I think the formulation and the blending has evolved over time.
I gave you guys generous pours, by the way.
You did.
Yeah, although I will say that I think the Hibiki Harmony has gone through a bigger transformation than, let's say, the age-stated versions of kind of the names.
The Yamazakis, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been to me one of the most beautiful bottles. Suntory has consistently put out some of the best products, period. I mean, when we did a drink through, I'm trying to remember back to, experiencing the Yamazaki. Why are you guys going in? This is 21 years old. Let it open up.
Sorry.
Come on, respect the dram.
It's really good already.
I mean, but we remember back, guys. Remember back. We tried the Yamazaki. We tried the Hakushu. We tried the Cheetah.
Right.
And when we finally got to the Hibiki, we were just like, wow.
Yeah.
everything
Was
is
an
here,
evolution, yeah.
and it's been blended to perfection.
Yeah.
Do you think this is just going to be elevated versions of that?
You know, you just tainted
Well,
my
so
score.
I will say that what I'm looking for is focusing on the finish. I'm also focusing on what the proportions are in terms of what kind of distillates are being integrated into this particular offering. I think the expectations are extremely high because we're talking about a lot of money. I mean, you have to hustle a very long time in order to grab a bottle
This
like
was
this.
hard to get our hands on.
Right. I mean, it's number one, the limited availability.
It's probably the only one we're ever going to see.
Right. Number two, I mean, this is really expensive. I mean, this is way, 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 way too expensive. So, it better deliver.
Better deliver.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for a good time.
All right, guys, on 3, let's get tasting, but let's first name on 3 our favorite Akira Kurosawa movie. 1, 2, 3.
Hidden Fortress.
Fortress.
Oh, we all said
we all
the
say
same.
Why?
Inspiration for Star Wars.
Yeah,
There you go.
If you've never seen Hidden Fortress, watch it, and then just think conceptually about Star Wars. It's the same movie.
Yeah, but George Lucas made it cooler.
He made it in space.
I don't know about that.
He made it in space.
Cooler.
All right, guys, let's get tasting and let's get scoring. I mean,
What did you learn? Illumination.
Illumination.
What movie?
Illumination.
what did you learn?
Come on, that's easy.
Give me another line from it.
I'll give you the giveaway. Dog. You are named after the dog.
You mean my favorite Harrison Ford movie?
Exactly.
Oh my god, dude! I need to reset here. This can't be this good.
I think it is, dude.
What happened with the focus?
I've had a almost emotional time scoring this. I
Me
would
too.
say.
I don't have emotion.
I know you don't, but I do, and Jules does too.
I thought you
so-
got that emotion
the
chip
chip.
upgrade. Yeah.
Turn it off. Data. All right, are you guys ready to reveal your scores?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
before we do that, though, Jules is going to tell us very succinctly and quickly what our scoring criteria
Can
are.
I do that succinctly? 100 points across 10 categories, most of them 10 points each, that include aroma, flavor, body, complexity, balance, finish, uniqueness, drinkability, aesthetics, and value. However, flavor, we weigh double at 20 points. Aesthetics and value are only 5 points each. You get a medal in our competition if you score 60 and above. So we go from bronze, silver, gold to diamond, the elusive diamond, and this is a diamond.
We don't know that yet. We haven't revealed
This is
our
a
scores.
diamond.
We haven't revealed our scores.
Okay.
Let's reveal our scores. Our preliminary scores, initial scores, before we've discussed it, because if we discuss it, things could change.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's absolutely.
Preliminary scores, guys.
Centering,
92.
centering my chi.
Whoa.
91.
Wow. A 92.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
92.
Exactly.
Telling
Wow.
you, boys,
Okay,
this
guys.
is- told you, this is dumb.
Let's
And
kick
yes,
things off.
we are that crazy.
Let's kick things off with aroma. And let me tell you why I said emotional. Because the one thing I wrote down for aroma, I give it a 9. I wrote down emotional. I couldn't translate what I was experiencing to specific flavors and things. It was a feeling. It was an emotion. It evoked something from me. It was rich. It was spicy. It was fruity. It was everything. But it was everything all at once.
in harmony.
In harmony. Hibiki harmony. 9.
9. And all those exact same reasons. I mean, this thing was perfect on the nose. And basically,
say
I don't
that and
ever
then
give.
give it
I
a
don't
9,
ever
though?
give a perfect, but this is. I mean, 9's perfect for me.
What'd you give it?
Yeah, I give it a 10. It is a perfect. And the reason is that I had basically 2 different experience like back to back, and yet both were perfect for me. So let me explain. The first experience is delineating the fruit and non-peated aromas. And it's basically, you get all of the different types of edible flowers, and then you start knocking out the peach, the nectar, the stone fruits, the stewed fruits, and then you end with a lot of the rich, ripe, and you kind of move toward the jam. I think the age really brings that out. And then the second wave is, how do you interpret those types of aromas within the context of peat? And the peat was just perfect. It pairs really well. It's so much so that it doesn't really kill any of the aforementioned aromas, but it just enhances it one after the other. How can you beat that? To me, when I look at all of the scotches that I've had over multiple decades, this is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. If there's a scoring system, I have to give this a perfect. It is a 10 out of 10.
Can I just say how, I'm never going to say this again, how thankful I am that Dylan is on this panel to express the things, many of the things I was feeling, but I couldn't quite figure out the words.
Lack the words.
But I will tell you this, the reason I didn't give it perfect was because I couldn't pull out a discernible, distinct flavor to tell you. Everything came at me all at once, and it was so amazing, it almost kind of like handicapped me. And that's the only reason I didn't go to 10. I went to 10 and perfect on plenty of other categories, but I couldn't do it on aroma.
Phenomenal.
But
Phenomenal.
I agree, phenomenal. Okay, guys, let's move on to flavor out of 20 points. I'll give you my comments in a second. Let's just get our scores first. Amazing 19.
19.
I gave it a 20. This is what I expect.
I had no expectations. I got tea, I got spice, I got oak, I got a warming sensation. I got, again, a lot of intangibles. And that was the reason where if I could pick out a specific fruit, a specific tea, a specific spice, I would have gone to a 20. But because it just kind of came at me, and maybe that's a reason to go to a 20 in and of itself, but I felt handicapped almost.
No, this was an amazing experience. I literally was reminded I was back in like a Japanese market where I could go and sample everything that they would have to offer, from the baked goods to the savory components to sushi. I mean, I was just getting everything, dude. Like, this was awesome. So this is basically perfect in my book, 19.
Yeah, so I gave it a perfect because I will say that I have been privileged in my lifetime to have tried 21-year-old expressions of various liquors. I mean, if I'm talking about whiskeys, scotches, bourbons, you name it. I've tried 20-plus year liquors all over the world. And I will say that, this is one of those things, once again, as I've said about the aroma, I've had multiple experiences that were just perfect. Again, going through the fruits, I often talk about how you get the raw fruit, ripe fruit, overripe fruit, the stewed fruit, the jam, the preserves. You get that entire spectrum in that experience. And then on top of that, the peat. The peat, this is not designed to be that like smoky, peaty things that you would often get in Ardbeg and some of the other scotches and like Islay releases. This is about pairing. You go to a 3-star Michelin restaurant and it's all about not only the experience, but the pairing. And this is where both the peat as well as the fruits pair just perfectly with one another. And it comes in waves and it is sequential. And I gotta say, if I can experience this over and over again every single day, I would be in heaven. This is perfection in a bottle in terms of the flavor profile. This deserves space in my bar. Absolutely.
He's right.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
You're right. It's a 20. I'm going to go up a point.
Yeah. This is the pinnacle. This is the zenith.
I can't deny it. I mean, I taste it, and when I taste it, I can't find anything lacking.
One additional component, it doesn't taste over oaked.
No.
So I've tasted, and again, I've been privileged to try
you really
$10,000
can't. You
to
really
$20,000 scotches where you understand the velvet and the mouthfeel.
It can't be perfect, dude.
But
something's perfect about this.
Don't get
this is near perfection.
No. Something
is near perfection.
Something in this is perfect for you.
This is near perfection.
There's one category you got to go to.
Oh, and I did give it a perfect on one category.
Okay, all right. Well, let's keep going, guys. Right. Body. This was the clearest perfect for me. A 10. This was velvety. It was delicious. It coated my palate perfectly. 10. No questions.
Yeah, this is perfect. 9.
This is not perfect. This is a 9. And I will say that
I disagree with you,
my biggest
guys.
criticism of Japanese whiskey is my kind of disappointment in the mouthfeel. However, this is probably one of the best.
Really
No. But if you compare it within the context of all the liquors around the world, you know that the mouthfeel of some of the other offerings, some of it in the United States, some of it in Scotland, okay, those are phenomenal and would receive a 10 out of 10.
I disagree with you completely.
This does not.
No. It's the intangibles.
This is close.
It's the intangibles.
This is close, but not perfect.
It's the intangibles that gave me the perfect on this.
This is not close. This is close. This is close.
It was emotional. It was the way it coats.
This is objective.
I know. And trying to convert that to objectivity is very difficult, and I had to give it a 10.
That's
It's
why I
all
gave it a 9.
subjectivity, guys. Come on.
I give it what? That's
Okay, guys. Well, let's move on to
No, Mr. Roboto.
let's move on to complexity. I gave it a 9.
This is perfect 9.
I gave it a 10. It is perfect. Yeah, and again,
Wait.
Okay, you guys go first.
We gotta take a second here because Jules has said perfect twice, and he's only given it a 9. Don't
That's
you think,
perfect in my book.
No. But
Because
don't you
it
think? Hang on.
can't reach. I mean,
let's make a new rule here.
Perfection.
Let's make a rule here. If Jules says a category is perfect more than twice, he has to give something.
I have to bump it up to full marks.
You got to pick one.
I've only done 2.
Okay, so if you say that again, you got to bump one of those up because this is absurd that you're not giving anything a 10.
I need to center my chi.
I agree. I mean, complexity to me, it was. I needed
everything.
It had everything, but I couldn't put my finger on things. It was almost like this transported me to like another dimension of bliss. I was like in Eden, and it was so amazing, and everything was washing over me that I couldn't say, yes, that is an apple that's tempting me.
No, this is one of those great...
That's something that's
This
really
is one of
tasty.
those, I think for you, this is like the ultimate musical arrangement.
That's a good way of putting it.
You know what I mean?
But again,
It's
I couldn't put my finger on
But you
a
couldn't put it
specific
because,
phrase.
I mean, I'm the drums are just perfect, the guitar, but like everything melds together perfectly.
Yeah.
But I couldn't pick which one of those was perfect.
You couldn't even discern the specific instruments.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed in Dutch's lack of perspicacity. Because the problem is that I think I gave this 10 out of 10. And here's why. The amazing component of all of this is that not only do you get the fruit, but you get this layer of peat that you don't really get in other offerings. And then on top of that,
get, but it's not offensive.
But on top of the age, it allows you to discern the complex flavors from beginning to the very end. And because you have this this privilege of the length of experience, you get to check off so many boxes that I would say this is what I want in a release, and this is 10 out of 10.
Okay, guys, let's move on to balance. Perfectly balanced 10.
10 out of 10. Absolutely.
No question.
No question.
This is really good. 9.
This is frustrating.
Hang on. Let's quiz Jules here. What's out of balance?
Nothing. It's just
nothing. It's a 10. You just said it's perfect. You have to give something a 10.
Good.
You have to give something a perfect.
I've given something a perfect, just not in this category.
Aesthetics does not count. You have to give something a perfect.
Aesthetics count.
No.
It's one of our categories.
No.
What's missing? What's missing from the balance? What's off?
Nothing.
Right, you have to give it a 10.
So good, but I'm leaving that room for like ultimate
you're so
perfection. For ultimate perfection.
Wait. So are you done?
Yes.
I wasn't listening to anything.
Nothing's
now,
off.
Now here's a 20-minute dissertation.
No. He doesn't need it. Nothing is off.
No. I do want to talk about the balance. The reason why it's perfect is that this is an exercise in like amazing balancing act between the peat and the fruit. And what happens is that if you're asking me, like if somebody comes and says, why should I pay money for this? Like who cares? Who gives? The way I would put this is that the peat modulates depending on the kind of fruit profile that you are tasting at that moment. And it's incredible because once again, I have to go back to the pairing component. So what you're tasting, let's say if you're tasting like the cranberry or the fruit or the plum or the grape, what happens is that the peat comes in and just accentuates it. It doesn't overwhelm it. It's not even a pairing per se, but because it is there, it elevates it to a different level. And that component is the hardest thing to execute in something like this where you're just dumping barrels. Again, hats off to the Centauri group in pulling off something that you would expect is almost impossible. This is perfection.
All right, guys, let's keep going. Let's get to the finish. I can still taste it. I still feel it on my palate.
It is perfection.
It's 10.
It is a 10.
9.
It is a 10, Dutch. I agree
I
with you.
completely agree. There's nothing lacking. I got everything. I got spice. I got the tea. I got the flour. I got the oak. I got the peat. I got everything. And it's still here. And I almost get it better on the finish.
I do have a comment. I want Jules to talk first.
I don't want Jules to talk. I'm mad.
And then he's going to cut me.
No, go ahead.
No, this is good.
So I want to explain why the finishes are perfect for me. So, we often talk about very, very good, we've tried amazing dram. Okay, we've been privileged to try a lot of amazing liquors. So if you talk about the finish, you have a flavor profile, let's say in a circle, and it's going out, and we're talking about how the finish just kind of proportionally goes away over time. The amazing part of this is that not only does that, but it adds a different flavor. And
you can almost pick the flavors out better.
And what I love about it is there is something that is very, very surprising. It's like this Indian spice right at the end. And the reason for that is because of the peat. The peat comes in right at the end, and
here's what happens,
kicks in right there.
If you say this is the flavor circle, when it hits the finish, it gets bigger. And then it starts to get smaller.
To a degree, yes. So I would say
everything's accentuated.
To me,
for a little while.
it's that extra level of surprise.
Yes.
It's like if you go to
intangible.
You go to a 3-star Michelin and the chef says, we're just doing this complimentary course for you. We're gonna give this surprise for you. I got the surprise, and I said, you know what?
Surprise.
Oh man, this is in the finish. Come on, give me a break.
Surprise.
Okay,
Guys, let's keep moving.
All right.
Uniqueness. I kind of struggle. I wrote down a 9, but I don't know why. Jules?
9.
Why?
And I do know why. Cannot achieve perfection.
No, that's a
Dylan?
No, I gave it an 8. I gave it an 8 in the uniqueness, not because this particular experience is lacking.
I see you now. It's because the 17 is very close to this. I think.
Yeah, there's definitely 17. There are special expressions of Centauri that's out there. Yamazaki's, the Hibikis, even like the weird releases of the cheetah and things like that. There are obviously in other countries where you have unique expressions of things that are, obviously that have blown me away in other ways. So that's why I gave it an 8. This is for a Japanese whiskey for Centauri. This is phenomenal, but within the grand context of liquors in general, it gets an 8.
Fair enough. Let's hit drinkability. I could drink this all the time. 10.
Me too. 9.
No, that's garbage. You have no. I
have
refuse to accept this score, and I'm getting upset.
I'm getting
angry.
that too now,
You
dude.
need to give this a 10 because
If this is on your shelf, you're grabbing this
I'm drinking
until
this
it's
all day.
gone.
I'm drinking this all day.
If you had an unlimited supply of this, you would drink this until
You would
it's
drink
gone,
this all day.
dude. You cannot deny
very,
it.
very, very drinkable. There's nothing that you would say is preventing you from grabbing this bottle.
I'm leaving room.
No.
No.
This is it.
I'm leaving room for evolution.
No. You've been doing this for a very long time, and I don't understand how you could not give this particular offering a 10.
I appreciate the effort, Jules, but I agree with
There's
Dylan here.
nothing more.
There's
I'm
nothing
basically
more.
America's honesty broker here, and that's why I'm keeping it humble. I'm keeping it where they're still going
is
to
an honesty
pursue
broker?
perfection.
No,
Me.
I disagree completely, dude.
I drink this all day.
You have to pick something. You have to pick it eventually and say, this is the best.
9 out of 10.
This is the best.
This is
the best.
amazing.
This is the best.
If an amateur drank this, they would appreciate it. If a connoisseur drank this, they would appreciate it. At every level of your whiskey experience, you would appreciate this, and the drinkability is top.
Take another sip.
It's top.
Take another sip
I'm
and then
almost done with
take
mine,
another
boys.
sip and just tell us that. Yep, you know what? This isn't the most drinkable thing I've had.
It is. That's why it's a 9.
That's a 10. You have to write down a 10. You have to write down a 10. No, you
It's a
just said
9
it.
out of
You just said
10.
it's perfect. That's the
a
third
9
perfect.
out of
You got to
10.
write down a 10.
These
You have to write
guys.
down a 10. You have to write down a 10.
It's a 9 out of 10.
No, it's not.
Room for growth. Room for growth. I want them to still keep pursuing this. Achieve this every time.
Okay. All right, guys.
America's honesty broker. I'm like the only one at this table, man. Because these guys give gold and platinums and diamonds away like they're nothing, dude.
Wow. I don't even know where to start with that. But
Okay.
let's keep moving, guys. Next category. Aesthetics. It's perfect. It's a 5.
It is perfect, and it is a 5.
So that means you need to add
So
another
I
point to
guess-
something else because this only counts for half. This only counts for half.
This guy.
gotta
No,
know
the
what's the minimum.
stipulation earlier on was if I said perfect, it better be perfect, and it is. 5 out of 5.
But it only counts for half, so you have to add another
I haven't
point to
said
something
perfect
else.
in all the other scores.
I gave it a 4.
Liar.
I gave it a 4 in aesthetics.
Well, you're wrong.
What?
too. This is a beautiful bottle. What would you add to this bottle?
I can get the same bottle for
No.
$75.
Look at the black.
He wants
Look at the-
magnets.
look at the
and
orange.
Yeah, I can
nice
print out a
brown
black
wooden
label.
box.
No. Look at this. Look at that beautiful reflective 21. Look at the black matte.
It's on a scroll as usual.
It is
It's great.
so beautiful. You're so wrong, Dylan.
Okay,
Look at all these little
Fine. I'll give it a
facets
5.
right there. Look
Yeah,
at
I
that.
do like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's black.
There you
whatever.
go. Perfect. Value,
As
guys.
if he needed convincing.
The final category. I originally gave this a 1. As I've tasted it, as I've gone through my scores, and I've talked to you guys, and I realize
crazy.
how strongly I feel about my scores, I'm going to go up to a 3.
No, this is a 4. And the only reason it gets docked a point is because of the $400 price tag.
No.
But I say save all your bones. Save 2 to 3, 5 paychecks, whatever it takes, half a
regular
year
Hibiki?
to get this.
This is not a value. This is a 1. This is not a value. This is thought experiment. This
Thought
is
experiment.
a bargain.
You gave it
This
10
is a
out of
bargain.
10
It is not a
on a lot of
bargain.
categories
It is-
here.
Stop, dude. Stop. 90 plus points. 90 plus points. What else has hit that? $200.
It is not a bargain.
A $200
it is not a
tequila.
value.
It's a value, in terms of
for
the
what you're
perfection
getting.
that is basically a
What, $1,000?
No, you paid $400.
It's worth every penny of the
You
$400.
save up. I'm serious. You save up.
You can't get it for $400.
Okay, you're right.
6 months
You're right.
worth.
It's a
You
2.
can't get it for $400.
But it's a 2. It's a 2.
Yeah, no, it's a 4.
Look, I love it. I love it. And I would love to have it on
a
my
2.
shelf. I would love to have, backups and things like that. This is not a value. This is not a value purchase, okay? This is not a value purchase. This is a luxury.
You mean to tell me you wouldn't
This
pay
is-
good bones for like?
But hang on,
This is a
hang on.
luxury
As a
privilege purchase.
As a service to the community, though, I think we bear the responsibility to explain that. Okay, at $400, you should still buy this.
Absolutely.
At
Absolutely.
at $500, if you have the income to support that, you should still buy it. It's $600. If you have a lot of,
And for that reasoning alone,
discretionary
it's at least
income.
a 4 out of 5.
I think it's a 2.
It is still not. You don't get.
You're telling people to buy it at a $400 ridiculous price tag.
No, it is
that
worth,
means it's a good value.
It is worth
You guys are crazy.
No.
You guys don't know the definition.
No. For 21
I'm
years,
serious.
it is worth
You
$400 to
just recommended
$600.
$400. Buy this thing. Save your money and buy it. This experience.
It is not worth $1,000, $2,000.
I agree with you. I agree with
Okay.
you.
Rocker.
I would say if you're
your
spending
rocker.
anywhere south of $600, you will taste this and you will not feel let down.
Yeah,
to me, that's at least
There
a 2.
will be
at
no
least a 2,
buyer's
possibly a
remorse.
3.
There's no buyer's remorse at that point.
4. The only knock is because it is that high.
Okay, but Jules, if you
Because
spend,
like
if
say
you
$200,
spend- if you spend-
$200 is this a knockout of the park?
Yeah, but if you spend
gonna
$1,000 on this, would you feel let down?
$1,000. Yeah, I mean I don't spend that much.
There you go. Right
There you
there.
go.
Point. But my recommendation. But we bought it at $400.
I know. That's what I'm trying to balance.
We bought it at $400, guys.
No.
We got
Somebody
it at
watches
I
this
can see
video.
your argument. I don't see the 1. I don't see the
No.
1.
Somebody
see the
watches
one
it.
either.
No, somebody watches this video and they go like, "Oh, wow, these guys gave it a 90 whatever plus." And my
You're
local
saying,
liquor
you're
store
saying to
is selling
all
at
our-
$1,999.
Viewers, our 5 viewers out there, don't buy this even though you're going to experience perfection. Come on, seriously, listen to that statement. Regardless of price,
For liquor,
regardless of
$600.
price,
It's a lot to spend. It's a lot of money.
it's a lot of
man.
money.
It's a
I
lot of
admit.
money.
But it's like if you can
Macallan
afford it, like
25
what
is a
Dutch said,
0.
if you can
Okay,
afford
in value.
it, and you could save up for it, dude, why wouldn't
King
you get it?
George.
This is
$300.
a completely different experience. You're paying for the experience. People pay for experiences all the time. Instead of going to the Laker game,
I see your argument.
Instead of going to the Knicks game, instead of going to the Celtics game, instead of going to
That's why I gave it a 1.
Liverpool
That's
game.
why I gave it a 1. That's why it's not a 0. That's why it's not a 0.
Oh.
It is a 1.
I'm telling you.
Okay, guys,
You know how much
we're
it
not
costs
gonna
to go to
we're not
freaking
gonna
a
change
Liverpool
anybody's
game?
mind on this one. We've locked in here.
Beating it to death.
2, 4, 1. Let's get our final scores because mine definitely changed. Final score time. Let's get our final score here. I ended up at a 94.
91.
I give it a 93.
I ended up higher than you?
That's right.
What the heck is going on? Which gives us our official Curiosity Public score for Hibiki 21.
Get the leaderboard out. I think we're going to have to write this, though. Did you already?
Very impressive.
Here's the leaderboard, folks.
I'm going to write it down here.
This is where we're at.
Hibiki 21
Dude, it beat Foursquare.
gives us an amazing... Wow, I wrote the wrong numbers down.
He wrote a 22, folks. He wrote a 22. Are you going to believe this guy?
He's a professional.
It's a 92.
Wow. Just end your tears.
There you go.
First expression
Amazing.
tears.
Wait, do we have to take one off now?
Nah, we got room.
Look at this, guys.
I mean, it's a 92.6. It's really close to tears.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Amazing.
So that means
Is it shocking? I don't think it's shocking.
that means
It is
that
shocking.
Jules gave something a perfect for tears. I don't even
You're
remember.
on us pretty close, man.
I don't remember. But wow, amazing guys.
Amazing.
Hibiki 21, a transcendent experience, I would call it. Delicious, amazing.
It epitomizes Japanese whiskey.
Epitomizes Japanese whiskey.
Yeah, you can't
Epitomizes,
deny it.
I would say, whiskey in general. Just the experience, the emotional experience. I mean, this is delicious. Delicious.
Now,
True craftsmanship.
Now my question is, the single distillery release at the higher age, does it live
I
up
would love to
to
try it.
this kind of balance?
For our members,
presentation?
if you guys are still watching, members, what should we, I mean, what do you guys think we should do as a head-to-head?
17.
I mean,
though,
we
like-
don't have the Nika 21, but we could try the Nika 17 compared to this.
No, because we have
wouldn't do
the
it
Hibiki
serious.
17, and that should be a 17 for
guess
sure.
there's
Try a
nothing to compare
21-year-old
to.
Scotch compared to it? Just to get an idea. Like, how does a 21-year-old Scotch compare to a 21-year-old Japanese whiskey?
Or why don't we do the tiers if we still have enough in the old expression?
No,
No.
that's too. That's too.
I mean, it's
disparate.
really different.
It's a
but
disparate.
We'll figure something out. Maybe we'll do another Japanese whiskey. Maybe we'll do a Scotch.
we'll do nothing.
But if you're a member, check out the bonus footage. If you're not a member and you want to see that kind of bonus footage where we put whatever we just reviewed up against something else that we think of at the spur of the moment, hit that join button. Jules, take us out of this
Tell us
episode.
what you guys think in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up if you like this episode. Thumbs down too. Doesn't matter. We appreciate the feedback. Subscribe for more videos from Curiosity Public. Ring that bell icon to get notifications whenever we upload a new video. Check out our podcast on all the major podcast platforms out there. I think I may have failed to mention, if you want to help the channel out, join Curiosity Private, which is the membership program on YouTube. Another way to help the channel out is to buy t-shirts. We'll have a link in the description down below. As
Don't have
always, he's wearing one of them. As always,
And by the way, guys, don't miss the fact that this just got a diamond.
this is a diamond, even though
a
these guys would
diamond.
say don't buy it. As always, stay safe, stay healthy.
Diamond, guys! Hibiki 21's a diamond. Don't forget that. Stay curious.
We should just do Hibiki Harmony.
Or we grabbed the 21-year-old Glendronach.
But that's a sherry bomb. This has peat.
21-year-old Glenfarclas.
Still same thing. Sherry versus peat.
Do we have a 21-year-old Highland Park?
We have a 21-year-old Glenlivet.
Let's do that. Let's just do it.
Okay, all right.
All right, just get it. Look at our glasses.
We gotta save that
Holy
conversation.
crap.
right there.
Holy crap. How good is that, guys?
Dude, that's amazing.